Hello, everyone. The 360 has started.
What happened?
Sure. We're back. So Ash just said 12:30. Oh, we gotta tap that.
12:30.
We're live right now.
Okay, well, that's a lot of tapping.
I gotta check the channel though.
Hi, everybody. Hold on. We're having a little technical difficulties.
Interesting.
Yeah, just popped out of me. Yeah, we're on, I think. Yeah, we're here. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Something went kaplooey. We're waiting for Red to come back. There he is. Yeah, I got kicked off. Gallery. Okay. Chris, give Red a message in the chat.
No, I'm here, mate.
I know, but we're live.
Oh, yeah, we're
Okay.
live, Red.
Yeah, so tell them what I told you, Chris.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, yeah, we're on. Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for showing
Wow.
up. As you know, if you don't know, tell everybody it's on the top.live, and you'll be able to watch it on somebody's YouTube. We have it on all the YouTube channels right now. Like we've talked about, Mr. Mufareh is planning on being here as soon as he can. So we're going to chat with you until then. Couple things, as you know, we've been doing Shine the Light or In the Chair or a conversation with somebody, but many people are doing it, which is pretty cool. Meeting new people every week, every day almost, and finding out about people that I didn't know. It's pretty cool. Nobody's forced to do anything. It's very laid back, but it gives a chance for everybody to know everybody. What was I going to say? So we did this early because it was a better time for Mr. Mufareh. We don't just pop these times in for no reason. We like to stay consistent if we can. What I want to say, anybody that is interested or want to come out and share who you are, see me, Chris, Red, Julie, OTech Pros. I believe Marcy Ann's doing it. Well, she's doing French also, and you got Comfort. So there's a place to go if you're comfortable.
Wow.
UK people, Red's been covering all the UK, Europe people, stuff like that. So if you want to go there, yeah, he's looking for people. So hit him up. He's going to tell you that when it gets to him. And we're going to feed off each other until Mr. Mufareh shows up. I'm going to turn it over to Red for right now.
Hi. Thanks very much, Marty. Hi, Chris. Good to see you here with your sports jacket on and cowboy hat, looking dapper.
Back to the basics, baby. Back to the basics.
Good to see you. Yeah, as Marty said in the chair, obviously, I'm going to talk a little bit about our CEO coming on. But before we do that, I am looking for new people for next week. So if you fancy coming on, and you've especially if you're from the UK, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, anywhere around there, hit me up either on Facebook Messenger or redredford7@gmail.com. I'd love to have you on so that you can tell us your story, a little bit about you, and obviously on Passive. So let's just talk very briefly, whilst we're waiting for our CEO to come on here today, about the interview I did with him, which was on Sunday late on, and it went out live or recorded on Monday. My personal view of it really was, it was very insightful. And as he said, if you remember, you watched it, he really liked it because it made him think again about the reasons for why he did ONPASSIVE. Now, yes, it has been a long journey, over 6 years, but it really did reinvigorate and reunite the reasons behind why he did ONPASSIVE in those first places. And it was really interesting, wasn't it, to listen to him in those early days of why he put the idea of ONPASSIVE together and why he came up with it. But one of the most important, and I thought almost a revelation, was he actually wanted somebody else to take the reins, and he was the one who was going to be in the background, and he was going to assist that person to do what his dream was. He didn't actually want to be the guy at the front, did he? He wanted to be the one that was helping the guy at the front. And also, this comes all the way back to what he said at the end of the interview. But what did he say at the beginning? Was that he wanted to find a company that would facilitate his needs of his dream and what he wanted to try and achieve. He couldn't. So obviously, with the help and the backing of his family, decided to go it alone. And it was in my opinion, from what he was saying, a really big decision. Why? Because he openly said, didn't he, on the interview, that he knew not only was it going to cost an absolute boatload of money, but also he knew that his reputation was going to be on the line.
I
So
did speed it up.
I don't know if he said this
can
before,
more,
but I
though.
certainly do know that prior to ONPASSIVE, if you had Googled Ash Mufareh, prior to ONPASSIVE, if you had
3
Googled
minutes
that guy's name, do you
behind.
know what would have come up? It would have come up as a grade 1 marketeer, a successful businessman. He would have been certainly top affiliates in many of the businesses that he was involved with, to the point of actually building funnels and marketing material for the companies that he was working with. And this showed that he really was a person who was very prominent within the fields of the MLM and network marketing and organizations. And he knew that
With
being
PDI,
involved with
kinda.
ONPASSIVE and really going against the grain of what we expect from the internet was going to impact and affect his reputation online. And he said that in the interview, that he knew that was going to happen. And sure as eggs is eggs, it did happen. And also the monetary side of things as well. He's got through a whole load of money. But one thing he did reiterate was that it's been worth it. Why? Because of what he's trying to achieve and what he wants to achieve. Now, I mentioned right at the beginning, didn't I, that he wasn't the one that wanted to set up ONPASSIVE. He wanted to back someone. And right at the end of the interview that we had with him, guess what he said? He said that in the future, he wants to be able to hand those reins over to trusted personnel to take ONPASSIVE forward so that he can, in fact, get the time freedom back that he so craves for right now. He has literally sacrificed 6 years of his life, of his family, of his kids growing up for us and ONPASSIVE. He wants that back. All he needs now is to get things going, put stuff in place, and he is going to be a very happy man. That's for sure. But I love the interview. I love how relaxed he was. If you looked at his persona, he was kicking back a lot. He was relaxed. He actually wanted to talk more than the time frame that we had allocated for it. But I knew he was busy. And you know what Ash is like. He wants to talk and he wants to go on. But I knew he had other commitments. And this was on a Sunday. You know, he really is working 24/7 around the clock for all of us to get ONPASSIVE 2.0 or the relaunch or whatever you want to call it back on track as soon as possible. And a lot of the work that he does behind the scenes that we don't see involves all of that. I loved having him on. It was very informative. It certainly reignited a lot of my passion that I had forgotten about with ONPASSIVE from those very early days of how it felt inside of me to listen to this guy speaking. I got that back again when the interview was over because it fired my belly once again for where this train of ONPASSIVE is going. I loved every minute of it, and I sincerely hope that you guys did as well. That's it for now. I'll hand it over to Chris.
Fired my belly, eh? That's a new one. Good morning, Red. Good morning, Marty. I love you both.
That was weird.
Good morning to everyone that's watching. I love every one of you. And I want to do some shout outs here for a couple individuals in our family that need some prayers. Red's mom and Jane's mom is doing, you know, they're going through some stuff, so I'm going to ask for prayers for them. Liz Leary, I believe, is out of the hospital and she's doing well. Thank God. Julie Pierre, her daughter, is going through some really horrible stuff right now. We're going to ask for prayers for Julie Pierre and her daughter. Daryl Cook on good news. His brother is cancer-free, but he does still have a tumor, and it's very hard to get at it, so keep praying for him. My brother, Harold Fox, today is your birthday. I love you, man. Harold Fox, I believe it was his granddaughter, was in a pretty bad accident. He definitely needs prayers for his family, along with Robin Noble, Rob Gorman, anyone that I forgot there was a death. Sue, I can't remember. I apologize. There's a lot of things going on. I also ask prayers for my son and his family. A lot of things going on in life are crazy right now. It seems like everything's kind of buckling in. And I look up to God every single day to pray for not just for my family, but for all of you. And I will continue to do that. I've done it my whole life. So that's who I am. I have to say that I'm very proud to be in this position right now and in this company, which I call my family. I've never seen so many people gather and support a company that hasn't really done anything yet. What they've done is they've gathered people from all over the world. We've heard exactly what Ash wants to do, when he's doing it, how he's doing it. And we've seen ups and downs, but yet we're all still here. Shout out to Marcianne also for the French community. Julie Wynn also is looking for people on her side of the town, which is California.
That's why it's a cult, Chris.
This is the amazing support that we have in this family. In the future, as we really get going here and as we go through some rough stuff, I ask for people to support everything. I don't care if we gather somewhere, make some visits to different states, which I plan on doing, and we just got to stay strong and come together. Everything that's going on right now, as far as I know, Ash Mufareh has it under control. He's working literally around the clock to do everything for us. Like Red said, it's not about just him. Yeah, his reputation is on the line. I know 3 of us on here will go above and beyond to make sure that stays up there 100%, because he does have a lot of people that say bad things about him. But when they find out the truth, and I'm sure Ash Mufareh is going to talk about it, I think you're going to see, people will see, wow, unbelievable. Do we know exactly what that is yet? No, but I just have this great feeling in my heart that it's going to be an amazing thing. I still believe 100% ONPASSIVE is going to go through this world and make changes to every single country, every single person. And I'm really, really excited about that. He talked about phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. That got me excited. I've watched many videos with all the great leaders. And I call you leaders because I mean that. You're getting out there and you're talking about a company that wants to change the world. With all the good that's in this company, you just can't lose. We are winning. I will use a famous quote that I made up, as one of the former presidents always said, see, my goal is to make the world great again. Not just America. I want the world to be great. I want the world to come together and support each other like we have in ONPASSIVE now. Turn off the news, get on a webinar, and see what people actually are joining together on and say, wow, this is great. I support Ash. I support Marty. I support Red. I support this company. I can't even give a percentage on it because it's way too high. But coming together as a group, as a family, as a company, as a business is the strongest thing we can do, no matter what. No matter what the outcome sources. You hear us a lot of times say about the friends. You're welcome, Julie Wen. We have friends everywhere. This cowboy hat here was given to me as a went to Florida. I know Narelle gave me cowboy hats. I love cowboy hats, and I don't have the boots, but this is the togetherness of this family. This is the togetherness. Listen, one man brought this all together. None of us would be here if he didn't come up with this idea and put it to practice. And I think 100% of the founders, or early birds, or whatever the heck we call each other these days, understand that he wants to bring justice to the world, I think, through a company and get rid of the corruption. You can turn on the news every day and watch corruption, whether it's a rich guy, a powerful person, and really what they're doing is bringing attention to themselves. Is me, I want more. In ONPASSIVE, I haven't seen that. Yeah, we all want more. We definitely want a lot more. But the truth is, I could never get to the place I really want to be just from retiring. Ash Mufareh has put this amazing thing in my heart and brain that things are going to be 100% better. I don't worry about the future. I worry about the day, but I know in the future we're going to have one hell of a company that is going to change. It is going to create happiness in the world. And right now we need some happiness with everything going on. Ooh, I wish I had a magic wand, but I don't. But actually I do. I believe ONPASSIVE is going to be that magic wand. Will it all happen in the first day we say this up? No. But as time goes on, listen, just think of this: unlimited. I love that word, unlimited. Never heard that before. Unlimited time and freedom. Unlimited, you can make as much as you want to make, and it just keeps going. This is why we're still here. This is why another 1,400,000 people are still here. I have people say, oh, I don't do this. And I say, okay, listen, take a break. Go fishing, go cut your grass, go garden, because you don't really have to do anything right now. Ash Mufareh is taking care of everything, and that's all you need to know. When he comes on, I have no idea what he's going to say, but everything he does say is always positive. Even with all the negative that's going on in his life right now, with everything, and you all know what's going on, but guess what? He's still standing strong. He's not going to give up. As a family, like I said, come together and support this company because it's truly going to change the world. How do I know this? Because I know. Because it's a God-fearing company, and I still believe that God has brought all of us in here for a reason. Marty said it 1,000 times that you just didn't come in here. There was a reason that you came here. We have so many people we've been bringing out lately, and there's a lot more. And everyone all say, I just want to help out humanity. My family, I need to help out my family. That's what ONPASSIVE is. You don't hear anyone talking about on Amazon or fail. Oh, yeah, they don't come on and say we want to help people out. This is what ONPASSIVE does. This is what Ash, and I don't care who you are.
No, they just do it.
You don't really know Ash Mufareh. I do know Ash Mufareh. Marty knows him. Red knows him. This guy has got a heart of gold. I've never heard him say me, as him. He talks about unity. He talks about amazing things. He talks about people in the past that just did great things in this world. And he wants to continue that, but he wants to create a legacy for all of us where we can make amazing things happen. And that's what's really going to happen here. When things are done and set and running, you're going to be able to make changes in your life that you never thought possible. All right. Working 32 years and just retired is not enough for me. I'm going to be telling you that right now. But a few years in ONPASSIVE, And I told people that just got in a few years ago, you won. You already won. We all won. We're going to make this world better again. That's what I want to do. I want to help everyone that could possibly be helped. And with a group of people like we got, we're in every country. We are going to touch lives no matter what. That's ONPASSIVE. All right. ONPASSIVE is built on love. It's built on heart. It's built on peace. It's built on unity for every person in the world that wanted to come in. And boy, do we have a lot of colors. You're talking about rainbows and ONPASSIVE. We got them. Religions. We got them. We all agree to disagree when it comes to certain issues because that's what families do. But the key here is ONPASSIVE is for everyone. No one's turned down. I said it last week. I have a lot of people that are negative toward me. That's okay. That's normal. That's life. But I think about all the things that are going on in this world. One of my biggest pet peeves I really hate is the slave trade, the sex slave trade. Little boys, little girls.
What?
Been missing for years, and I can't even explain to you what they're going through. But that's the kind of things that I want to do. I know a lot of you maybe even been seen it. That's things that we got to fix. When
So
I come
go
on to this
volunteer for CPS.
family, I don't look at it as, oh, look what we're going to get. It's look what we can fix. And it's going to be an amazing thing. But I'm telling you right now, stay strong, keep your faith. If you are losing a little bit of your faith, then do something different. Because really, you don't have to do anything. He's doing it all for us right now. Push forward. Don't look backward. Look out your front window. Don't worry about that rear view window because let it go. Things happen every single day in companies, but you just don't hear about it. In ONPASSIVE, you hear about it. The transparency from Ash Mufareh is unbelievable. Can he tell us everything? No, he can't, but he will. I promise you that. Is his story going to come out someday? Absolutely. Do I believe that Ash Mufareh is going to be a well talked about name throughout the world? Absolutely. Why? Because he wanted to help people, and that's the truth. That's pretty much all I got. Again, Harold Fox, happy birthday to you, brother. We love you. We're praying for you. And everyone that I mentioned. Marty, back to you. Or Red.
I know, right? I hope Ash gets the wear black memo.
Yeah. You know I've got that's the only memo I've ever
Oh
had.
Lord.
Yeah, let me try to hook up to Chris, but he did go A to Z. So I can go to any one of them. No, one thing I want to say, I want to share my gratitude to the company, to Mr. Mufareh, his family. The big sacrifice, somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 days that on who knows how many hours, and the money in the millions, tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions, for what? So that all of us could live a life that we only dreamt of. And I can tell you from experience, I've been in every business you could possibly imagine in the 15 years leading up to ONPASSIVE. I've seen them all. I've been in them all. I've tried them all. And there is nothing.
We're caught up now.
Nothing, I don't care who comes along, that is going to even compare to what we have. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to show my gratitude to people that got in, whenever you got in, and you stuck with it. Because I believe this with all my heart. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in this company so strong. I am not doing a job. This is not my job. I'm doing exactly what I love to do. I left the company where I traveled around the world, met people around the world. At 44 years old, I was told, well, that's done for the rest of your life. And I went, well, that's not quite what I had in mind. Hit my peak at 42. Did not know that years later I'd run into a company that is around the world. The difference is I can visit people, any country, any continent, anywhere, by clicking a button on a computer. And a lot of that,
you could do that in the 90s.
Relationship that we were able to build, Ash paid for it. No joke. He paid for it when it was Zoom. He paid for it one whole year after we paid for OConnect in September. Almost one whole year they gave us for free. And yeah, I want people to really realize what we got. What happened to us? We paid $97, and then some of us paid $143. Some of us paid what, $93? That's it for me, 5.5 years. So when you hear people saying, "Oh, this company's this," listen, bite me. I was in a company that I paid every month $100 to $120 a month. See Red shaking his head? Because he did too, except he was smarter than me. He left before I did. I stuck it out another 6 months because I couldn't wait dumping my money on some clown. But I did it. But I always pushed 100%. Red was the same way. Chris is the same way. I don't care if he was an MLM. Chris worked hard when he worked. Whatever I did, I was an extreme at it. But to fall into a company like this, that is exactly what I've been looking for 35 years, back to when I was 27 in Amway. This is what I was looking for today. And
Oh,
I'm
guys, this
so
MLM
happy.
is really
And
good
the
because it's
reason we're
failing as
charged up,
one.
the reason
It
we
doesn't
do
ask me
this
for money every
day after
month.
day after day after day, it's not work. I would not work this hard in a company. And I worked hard. I do this because I love what I'm doing and I love where we're going. Listen, if you look and you say, "Oh, he's all psyched up because he's something this and that." No, I'm psyched up because I saw where we've been and I can see the vision. It may not be crystal clear, but I know where we've been. I know what this man has done and his wife. Let's not leave out the family. They all sacrificed, all of them. And what did we do? We had to wait. And while we waited, you know what he said? "Let me tuck you in." While we were waiting, he gave us OConnect. And then now when OConnect are working on it, we know things are going on behind the scenes. He paid for Zoom again. I mean, this is unbelievable. Nobody does that. Nobody. When you go through a crisis, the first thing the company does is cut off the wait. I'm not paying for all that. We're going to keep. Never did he do that. Never, ever did he do that. And a normal company, normal, would have done that. A normal company would go in and make billions of dollars, pay the top 3%, 1.5%, pretty good chunk of change. 97% would run around trying to build a business and they don't know what they're doing. I'm not putting people down. A lot of people smart enough to do it. Do you have 5 or 6 years? Do you have thousands of dollars to do it? No, you don't. What did Ash do? He built a custom business, custom, that is going to have a waterfall of revenue coming in, a waterfall, not one spigot, not two, a waterfall, if you want to take it, of revenue coming in. And he built it and then scaled it out so that I become a hero. Chris becomes a hero. Red, all of you watching this, you're going to walk in, you're going to push some buttons, you might drag and drop something, and you are an expert because he took all the crap that none of us like doing, getting traffic. I could get traffic, but I couldn't bring anybody with me no matter what I did. I had a statement said to me flat out, "Marty, if you didn't care so much about people, you'd be a millionaire." I'll stay broke until ONPASSIVE came. When I saw ONPASSIVE, I go, wait a minute. All these people that I'm talking to, the reason my face is out here is because I'm proud to be in it. I believe with all my heart, all of you are going to do very, very well. Now, you can lay back on the couch and just kind of skim along. Why would you do that? You could take 32 years like Chris, years and years of Red and his wife, and then they had a campsite. They worked like mules. You could take all that and scrunch it in to
Which now makes it so that they
and live a
can
life
be
you
there
never
now
believed
today.
in. You couldn't believe it would happen. And most of you believe that. And that, to me, that's my gratitude today, knowing that I've seen all these people. Yes, some people have dwindled away, but even the ones that you think went away, they're not. They just backed off a little bit. It's okay. Everybody will come back. But I stand tall with Mr. Mufareh. I stand tall with these gentlemen. I stand tall with all the family members I have around the
Peter.
world. We have
Peter
people doing
Griffin.
French webinars, Marcianne. You got OTech pros doing, shining the light on people, sharing information, inspiring people to want to think about the possibilities. I talked to Robin last night, and people don't realize, I don't care what your passion is. I don't care if you had a product before you got here. You could take that product or that passion, plug it into ONPASSIVE, and blow it to smithereens. I mean, make a lot of money from it, because why? It's a system that is set up for you to win. And listen, we keep forgetting, this isn't just about founders. Customers will come in here that love a product that they have and finally see that this company can get that part that I can't do, and I'll be able to do it.
Oh,
So many people love
just
products,
sounds delusional.
and they tell them, "Well, go out there and share it." What, with the family that wants to block you in the head because you brought them to 50 different products and nothing's working? There's dreamers out there. There's people that believe different. When they find out ONPASSIVE is to catapult their business, they're going to come in by the millions. By the millions and
When
millions.
Connect went live,
Anyway,
like,
I'm
what
going
do
to
you
turn it over to
mean?
Red for a little bit because I'm going to hurt myself.
No, it's funny, isn't it,
Close enough
that
to
Marty was
flim-flam,
talking
right?
about the business that we were involved with
A damn
before we
flim-flam.
came into ONPASSIVE, and it really was about a guy who had elevated himself personally into a level where he was portraying himself as a inverted commas guru, and was teaching a select few, all very all these words I'm using are the words that many of them use to make you feel special so that you part with your money. And he always talked about how much money he had made online previously to teaching us how to be successful marketeers online. And the reason I've brought this up as well is because I left really because things weren't going in the direction as quickly as I thought they would from what he had told us at the beginning, but mainly because I couldn't afford to. As Marty said, regardless of what we were doing, every single month was either $100 or $120 that we had to fork out. Now, don't forget, this is 7 years ago. Okay, we're not talking $100 now. We're talking $100 7 years ago, which is, a lot more money and value.
Like 200 now.
But
like, what do you
obviously,
mean?
I still I don't follow the guy as per se what he's doing, but I am subscribed to his YouTube channel. And funnily enough, 3 days ago he put up a new video, and the reason I brought this up is because I wanted to tell Marty. He put it up 3 days ago and he's had 81 views so far. Now, it just goes to show, doesn't it, that regardless of reputation, regardless of how good you say you are, it always boils down to one thing. And what is that thing? The proof is in the pudding.
Are you lying?
Now,
like, is Ash lying?
The reason I've brought this up is because ONPASSIVE is going to be exactly the same. Yes, we can talk. Yes, we can say what's going to be happening. Yes, we can believe
the proof
where
is
we're going to be
the
and all the rest
pudding,
of it. But one thing I do know is the proof will be in the pudding. Why? Because we have all the right ingredients for this pie.
What do you mean?
We've done everything correctly
to
make
it
the best pudding that's going to be out there. And because of that, people are going to want it. And that is the big difference here, is you can talk the talk, you can say I've done this, you can do all of these things, but if you are not coming up with the goods, the likes of me walked away from it.
Yeah, it's
Marty
walk the walk, Fred.
After time after, because it didn't stack up to what we were being told. Here comes along ONPASSIVE. The dream, the vision. We all got that bug. We got excited with We are still excited with it. Why? Because it's completely different. It's nothing we've seen before. It is giving us the hope and the dream back once again. Kids, they are born with dreams.
Did it leave
If you ask any kid
the
who is
dreams?
under the age of 10, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do they say? Astronaut, fireman, ballerina, racing driver, you know, big dreams of what they want to be, because they still dream. And the older you get, the more you get it battered out of you, because people keep telling you, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. So you end up losing your dreams, losing that big drive to want to achieve something, because you've got every man and his dog telling you you can't do it. Along comes ONPASSIVE.
You're having trouble keeping the
Ash
food
Mufareh,
right
what's he
here.
say to us? You're not dreaming big enough, guys. You need bigger dreams than that. You don't want to have a little dream. You want to have a huge, massive dream, because what I'm going to do for you is going to allow you to have the biggest dream you can possibly have. And on top of all of that, guess what? I'm not going to charge you every single month. I'm not going to be taking money off
I think it's because he's yelling at us.
single month just because I said it. Not like what me and Marty did before. We're not asking you to do anything more. We've paid twice. Marty said that. If you're early bird founder, you paid $93, $97. If you're not, all you've paid for is OnConnect to become an affiliate. You've not been asked to pay any extra money yet at all to be here and ONPASSIVE. But guess what? Your dream is still well and truly intact and very much alive, because the company is still here. The company is going to be doing huge, massive things, because the ingredients of that pie are here. It's just cooking. We've had to turn the gas down a little bit. It's starting to get a bit burnt on the top. We need to make sure that it is exactly right. So that's it for me. And I'll hand it back to Chris.
Very good, Red. Very good, Marty. And I want a correction here. Sula McCormick, for the loss of her mother, I apologize, and our condolences to you. I try to catch most of these things, and boy, Red and Marty just said a whole bunch. You know, dreams are important to everyone. And Red didn't include in there that at 9 years old I want to be an auto worker, but that's what I ended up doing. These guys talk about MLM and trying to get out. Listen, I spent 32 years trying to get out, but it took me 32 years to get out. And I know there's a lot of people maybe in that situation. Let's just face it, work sucks. There's no other way to put it. You can have the greatest job in the world, but guess what? You still have to go there. I used to get mad. I'm like, I didn't ask you this 32.
$185 productivity tools, and this is the best one yet. Motion is an AI personal assistant that
Like that's coming with ONPASSIVE is I'm going to go play. You know, I mean, that's just how I look at it. Time and freedom is the most important thing that we have. The sad thing is we don't have time. We don't have freedom. Your time is spent working probably 50 to 75% of your life. Whether you stick with one job or you go to a million jobs, you still got to be there. Can I change my life? I couldn't then, but I can now. Like I said, 32 years is a long time. I've been with ONPASSIVE for going on 4 years right now. But I've had fun doing it, meeting people like crazy. But the main thing is the reason I'm here is because what Ash Mufareh is saying to us. What he's saying to us is very, very important about just getting it done. Do it or die. Every one of us have some kind of crazy dream. I guarantee you that. But are you going to say do it or die? No, we haven't said it. Most people, like I said, we gave up on our dreams. We packed them in a suitcase, put them in the attic, put them in the basement. But through our ONPASSIVE, we've opened up millions and millions of people's eyes and hearts to say, wow, this is possible. Wow, it's unique. Wow, it's different. And this one guy that's leading us, this crazy guy we call Ash Mufareh, I could call him crazy because he is. He's worse than me. He loves giving money away, but that's what he's done for the last 5-6 years or whatever long Red and Marty's been on here. That's what he's done. He's giving away cars, phones. He's helped people. And we're going to let him tell him that later in his life. But one of the biggest things I talk to Marty all the time is, man, I just really wish people knew who Ash Mufareh really was instead of going on the internet and reading some crap stuff about him. The sad thing is I go on the internet, I got crap stuff about me. Most of you know who I am. Most of you know Red, Marty. We're here to talk about something that's going to change your life. We're here to talk about one guy, and his family who's done something that no one else wanted to do. They didn't try to do. And he's getting beat up for it. I support you, brother, wherever you're at. This is exactly what we do. All right, we don't stop doing it. Ash Mufareh is still here. ONPASSIVE is still here. Us three goofballs are still here. Why? Because we believe in something that much that it's going to change things. Hold on, Amanda. I'm on a live. I'll call you back. See, I got to hang up on my daughter. My daughter says, what do you got to do today? I got to do Shine the Light.
No, you didn't have to.
Meeting at 12 o'clock with 360. Why? Because this is what we do. This is how we believe in this. You really think I'd be wasting 4 years of my life if I didn't believe in something? That's the answer to all the negative people that talk to me. What are you wasting your life for? This isn't wasting my life. This is changing my life. I worked for 32 years. I didn't change my life. All right. This is going to give me the opportunity to change my life and many other lives. I just noticed someone popped up on there. I'll wait till he turns his camera on, but this is the guy we've all been talking about. All right. This is the guy that's given us the time and freedom back. That's told us stories of what we're going to do. And it's going to be amazing. Period, period, period. That guy right there. We call him Ash Mufareh. Pretty cool dude. I hope you all get to know who he really is in the future. You will see who he really is. And he's going to change the world. He said, I was born to change the world. Hey, man, I didn't wake up and say I was born to be an auto worker. But that's what I did. Taking risk and chances. I better not do that. I was afraid. I have no fear in this company.
And I want to know what's wrong with that.
To levels we've
Nothing's
never
wrong
thought
with working
possible.
at Ford.
It's taken a little time. But again, I'll go back to 32 years. I did something for 32 years that I didn't like. That's the honest to God truth. And I done about killed myself doing it. But getting on and talking to people every single day is easy. It's fun. Knowing people that live all the way around the other side of the world, they have the same dreams, the same ambitions as myself. That's pretty cool. I get texts from every country saying, wow, I love this company. I love this company. We support this company. And that's what we have to keep on doing. No matter what, we support this company. We support Ash Mufareh. That's me. That's Red. That's Marty. I can't speak for a million other people, but I'm getting messages telling me every single day. So I could keep going on. I don't want to keep rambling. I see
It's honest work.
The star of the show just showed up. I'm grateful. I'm waiting for him to turn his camera on.
This hating
Now
9 to
Marty's
5
got his
work
camera
thing's
off,
so
and
weird.
there's Marty. But this is what we do, guys. This is what we do. I have no negativity in what we do.
Especially if you've
I
ever
love
worked
it.
shift work. You're
I
like,
love it because
9 to
this
5 is
company
nice.
is going to literally change this world and everything in it. And that's what I believe in my heart. That's why we do this every day. Everything is just going to come out perfect. It might take a little longer than we want, like we always say, but I'm not doing anything else. I've gone fishing. Let's see, I cut my grass. I do everything to keep my mind busy. Excuse me, now I sound like Marty. The truth is, I don't have to do all the stuff Ash Mufareh is doing right now. That's why I'm able to go do all this stuff. Boy, if I had his worries, I probably would have buried myself 2 years ago. But he keeps going. and he's going to keep
Weird.
pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And when everything is ready to go, you could go enjoy yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. If you get discouraged, go and do something that you like. The main thing here. So, Marty, I'm going to turn this back over to you because I am running out of things to say.
You did very good, though.
Ran out of things to
considering you
say
had
2 years ago, Chris.
You know, Chris was talking about people saying to him, why do you waste so much time? Like I've said, we've all said it. I'm here because I want to be. I love what I'm doing. I love the company. I love what's going on. But I find it ironic that somebody would say, why are you wasting all this time? But what's more of a waste of time? A person telling me that I'm wasting time and they're following me around for 6 years? I don't know. I would think about something else. If you're chasing me for 6 years, isn't that a waste of time? Obviously, I'm not listening to you. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah. Oh, another thing, you know, there's
Maybe.
if Gershmender's out there, any Indian leader, you guys can start doing spotlight, shine the light, and bring on people. Because I know one thing, you got a lot of powerful speakers, men and women. I met some of your women, and they are phenomenal. And that would be good to get people out in the open so everybody knows.
Oh
who
my
they
God,
are.
women can
Just a
speak?
suggestion.
Hell no.
But yeah, I'm really grateful, obviously, to the Mufarehs, more than I'll never be able to repay them. I think what I have received to this point was priceless. I saw people go from not turning their camera on, wouldn't put their name underneath the dark spot, to now speaking to hundreds, if not thousands of people. If that doesn't mean something, you know, if that's not value, because think about it, we all come to, ONPASSIVE is fertile ground for everybody to be 100% of who they are. And I see it happening every day. I see people, well, I don't feel comfortable. Then you get talking to them and you're having a conversation. You know, Red said it, Chris said it, I said it. When you're talking and you're really into it and you're speaking from the heart, I'm actually talking to 3 or 4 people. Now, there might be 1,000 people at my window looking in, listening, but really you're just focused on a small group of people. That makes
Just
it easier.
bring Ash on, damn it.
And by the way, if you love something, because people say, I don't know how you can talk about it so much. I love my grandson. I could talk about him all day. If you love something, it's easy. Yeah, it would be hard for me if I was faking it. And some of the MLMs, they said, fake it till you make it. I wasn't very good at that. Fumbling around, trying to think of what to say. You know why? Because you have to think of what to say because you don't believe in what you're saying. But when you believe in it, it makes it really, really easy. And the friendships that I would have never had, I would have never met Robin. I would have never met Red. I would have never met Chris. I wouldn't have met Mr. Mufareh, which was a big one for me too, obviously. But I wouldn't have met all my friends from Africa.
Why?
I wouldn't have met Gershmender, the
It's
Indians.
so
I wouldn't
weird.
have met anybody. I was in a house in New Jersey, and here comes the internet. And even then, I met a lot of people, but it was
Meeting Ash
it
is
was
no
leads,
different
right?
than
They
meeting
come into your life and
anyone.
they blow away. You heard the story about the tree. With ONPASSIVE, we have roots. We have people that are there and they're not going to blow away. They stay here. And ONPASSIVE is that big redwood that it's not going anywhere, you know? So, and I love that. I love knowing that I can come on, I can talk to anybody. In fact, when I get on, I start talking to somebody and they could be anywhere. And you hear what they're, now, is there a lot of sad news? Yeah, when you meet thousands of people, you're going to hear bad things. But I want to tell you what's really awesome. Even with the bad things, and we all have things in our life, you know, why you don't want to hear mine, but I've told people, hey, can you pray for this or pray for that with my wife? And things happen that aren't normal. They happen really quick. Like she had shingles. The doctor told her, I think
Your
you're
God
shingles
cured
on your
her
face.
shingles.
And I asked everybody, say, please pray for Dawn. You know, she's got a thing going on. Next day, the whole thing was gone. That just doesn't happen. So I believe in that. I've seen it happen. So I love the company because what brings us together is friendship and family. I spend more time with ONPASSIVE than my own family. I love my family. I'm not talking about my immediate family here. Just they're right here.
Wow.
They're not going nowhere.
This isn't
But I
a
mean,
flex.
my regular children, not my grandchildren. Yeah, I talk to them every day and all that. But I don't have any friends outside of ONPASSIVE my age. Zero. I know acquaintances. I
That's
grew
part
up
of
with
the
people when I was
problem.
younger, but I don't really know them anymore. I got to know people in ONPASSIVE. It was a big deal for me. But anyway, my tap dance shoes are about broke. I got stuff in my heels. Are
Honestly,
gone.
that's one of the nicest
I'm
things he's ever
flat-footed.
said about his
I'm going to
family.
turn over
It's
to
usually way worse. He's
the
usually
person we all
complaining.
love and
The
are
wild
grateful
Ash
to, Mr. Ash
appears.
Mufareh.
We're waiting, Chris. Go ahead.
Hey,
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I wanted to be with you a little earlier, but an urgent call was necessary to attend to. It's all because what I'm about to share with you right now. Hope you're doing good.
Oh, no.
I enjoyed being on that chair a couple of days ago. It was recorded actually on Sunday with Red Redfern, and it was streamed on Monday. If you didn't see it, if you didn't make the time, you're not missing much. So you don't have to see it again. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It is worth to watch and to show you the direction we're headed. Clever questions by Red and whoever helped in articulating those questions. I did enjoy it. I actually begged him for a second round. Let's see if he would allow me. But the other part is I have been trying to come out here with more precise updates and information about what we've talked about last time, which is the three scenarios. And they're no longer three scenarios. Right now, we have two scenarios, and they're not A, B, C that we've had, so we've got to revise them as of today. So the first
Wow. That didn't last long.
update I want to let you know as of now, we all know, I hope you know by now, that our site and sites and applications being down,
Where is it, Ash?
unfortunately, was done because of mismanagement of certain individuals. Some are no longer with us. In fact, many are no longer with us because of that massive mistake. They hurt the business and our daily activity. So that was done. Because it was intentional, obviously things were complicated. We were very concerned about our applications, our hard work for many years, and our database, which is worth a lot. It's treasure. Okay, it's a treasure. So as of today, I can tell you we have safeguarded and recovered 100% of our source codes, all the applications, all the work from day one until now, 100% saved. That's one. Two, the database, basically your data, your profile, your login, your customers, referrals, the wallet, the funding, the bonus, all of that. All that also, database, all the people in the IT sector, they understand it has been recovered 100%. So as of today, we did not lose a line. This is good, but still not live. Not, it doesn't mean today we can access again. This means we, with the data, with the information we have as of now, we can
Ding,
build a
ding, ding,
new
ding, ding,
infrastructure
ding, ding,
anywhere
helps.
or a new hosting, all of that, day and night. Okay, so we're good. This is what we can do today. All right, this is what you need to do, know that it's obviously going to be recovered and we're going to resume business and move on to the next phase. It's not where we're worried about what if things don't come out complete or we're unable to recover 100% of our business. That would have been more, challenging. Regardless, we are gonna keep pushing, and we're gonna continue this battle, if you wish, until we are 100% on track. And immediately we will communicate with you about the next phase. Today, I could tell you probably the best day in the last 2-3 months. Okay, as of now, the progress. I want to thank our team in Hyderabad and other locations who have been working tirelessly.
Wow. Yeah, for free?
In some days, 20 hours or so. I wouldn't exaggerate if some people were attentive at least for 23 hours. Yes. How? I mean, they stole a
You're
nap here or there.
disgusting.
Okay, but it doesn't mean
You're
they were
disgusting,
off
Ash.
and relaxing. So this takes
Yeah, and
high
for no
dedication
pay,
from the team
right? Fuck
and
you.
commitment with the complicated circumstances. So we want to applaud all of our teams and managers in India. Great job, and for that we are in debt and in gratitude. So moving
Nobody.
forward, I'm going to give you now the
I'd
two
be fucked if
scenarios.
I didn't
Okay,
get a pay
both
in
scenarios are
2 weeks.
within the month of September. We should be able to go back.
I'm only a
A and
family
B.
of
So
3.
one is a little faster. Okay, it's not going to happen like in the next 2 days. I'm very
It's gross.
accurate with you. If everything goes well, we have either it's just like a week difference or something, but at most before the end of September, like within 30 days, we should be backtrack. If things happen sooner, obviously that would be the first uh, preferred
He should
scenario.
have kept
We
with
no
the
longer
scenarios.
need
That at least
3
gave him
months or
3
2
months.
months,
What an
and
idiot.
it didn't happen this week, obviously. So we are revising the scenarios. Number one, we are concrete now. We have 100% confidence that we are coming back real soon. Just give us a time to revamp and restructure things so we can go live. We have A and B, both are before the end of September, very much so. We don't expect, surprises or any setbacks because we gave ourselves a little buffer, so it might happen, even sooner. But at most, it will be happening within the next 30 days. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say for now. Things are really getting back to where we wanted them to be a while ago, and with this new chapter, we're going to have enormous excitement because what you're going to see, the different level of
Dude, I'm
quality, the
pissed.
accuracy, the reliable technology, all of that, what we wanted to achieve from the beginning. A couple of things before I head out. Number one, we have good news that
Oh my, it's gonna get
are
worse.
progressing on our side in terms of not only recovering the technical aspect of our business, but also moving forward in the logistics aspect. I want to stop there, but we have bad news for those who caused this damage and setback in our business. So everything is going to be revealed, and I wish I could elaborate more, but soon we'll be happy to do so. At the moment, I want you to cherish the moment again and enjoy that we are coming back real soon. Everything
Cherish
is
the
recovered.
moment?
Business is intact. Of course, there are going to be really dramatic changes, positive ones, obviously, or drastic changes. Perhaps it's going to be a very, very positive curve in our business. Okay, so this return and this new dimension of our business is going to make you happy. It will please you. I'm confident we're going to have the best days of our business just coming soon. Any question, any topic I should address in a minute or two? I'm
Oh, no,
happy
you
to
need
do
to
that.
shut up. You're
Otherwise,
making it worse.
we will be connecting again soon.
I don't know how you topped that. That was good.
Wow. Don't know how you
Okay,
top that. How
fantastic.
about by saying it's
I
all
hope
ready right
you
now?
will have and enjoy the rest of your day or evening if you are in the east part. And I'll see you next time. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you, Ash.
Thanks, Ash.
Oh, fuck you.
Chris, you can go boating. I mean, fishing,
Such scum.
whatever
Yeah.
you call it.
I got to work. I got some more
You
work
made
to
it
do.
so
Wow.
much worse.
Ain't that the best news ever?
Yeah, that was important, guys. I don't know if you realize that.
explain
That was very,
why.
very important.
That was the best news we could have got.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Getting all that back locked up, oh, it's a big deal. Big
Huge.
deal. And it sounds like right over the horizon, we got something even bigger. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Cheers. Put the counter on.
Okay. All right. So I guess that's the end of that 360. Honestly, Ash just made it so much worse. It's a lot of bull hooey. But okay, at least with his whole 3 scenario thing, okay, he gave himself 3 months to get everything up and running, which we also felt wasn't realistic enough. But it is a lot more realistic than saying it's definitely going to be up and running within the next month. He just came on and made it sound like the longest it was going to take them would be 1 month, which was only scenario B. Because remember, he said the end of August, so that would be in like a couple days, within the next couple days, sort of thing. Which we were all like, yeah, okay, like that will happen, right? And then he said, or in a month from now, which would bring it to the end of September. And even that didn't seem that realistic. And then he said, or in 3 months, which would push it to just before Christmas. So, like, I almost feel like it was better for him. None of this is good for anyone. But it was better for him to give himself the full 3 months. Because I don't think 3 months is long enough. I really don't think 3 months is long enough. And they're all like, this is the best information that we have ever heard. We love it. And they're a bunch of clapping seals. They're a bunch of clapping seals. I'm having a hard time because I feel like he just made everything worse by saying that it was coming even sooner. Because that didn't sound very promising to me. I know to them it sounded fabulous, but I'm scared now. Sanyur, sorry if I'm saying your name incorrect. Feel free to yell at me and tell me how to pronounce it properly in future. Says this company could restart as the most legitimate company ever and still fail miserably. He's smart by going after people who don't know better. All the guys at the top know better. I do believe so. They at least have been in MLMs long enough that they clued into the fact that the only way you can really be successful is if you're the first ones to sign up with the MLM. Anyone who's successful in an MLM is successful because they were one of the first people to sign up, which then automatically places them at the top of the pyramid. Okay, every once in a blue moon, you might have someone climb all the way to the top, but it's not very likely because as they advance, the people above them also advance, right? So like you're kind of always chasing that. That's the whole thing with it. And I feel like Marty and Red and Chris and Dan, Mike Ellis, etc., a whole bunch of them kind of went, oh, look, we can join this one right at the start, and then we'll make all the money in it. So they definitely know what's up. So now it's time to read between the lines and interpret what he said. And it's all going to be, oh, it's coming within the next month, by the end of September. And that's so much worse. They just spent weeks saying, like, don't speculate and shit. And then he comes out here and drops everything is going to be up and running within the next month. Like, he basically said a month will be too late. Like, it will probably be earlier than that. And if it is, I'll let you all know. So, you know, now everybody else is going to be like, oh, it's up and running within the next month. By the end of September, everything's going to be good, guys. We'll all be making our money. This will be great. They ended it knowing that they didn't have anything to say after that. Well, it's funny because although they didn't really have anything to say after that, now for the next fucking week, that's all that they'll talk about, is how he said that. And then they'll go into details as to why they think he said that and what they think he's been doing. And I was waiting for him to announce that him and Muhammad Kamal have split. That hasn't really been announced yet publicly by anyone other than Muhammad Kamal, who didn't know that he was announcing it publicly. So technically, like, no one has said it publicly out here. I was kind of expecting him to mention it this time because I was like, surely they know that we released video of it. And that ONPASSIVE Insiders has released proof of things. So, like, it's just interesting to me that he wouldn't bring that up. That's kind of important news. Give him something to talk about. He doesn't even stick around and talk about food anymore. Something is definitely fishy. I feel like he doesn't really know how to talk to them about it anymore. You know what I mean? What happens in a month when he does not have the data? Like, I feel like even with the data, it's still going to take him longer than a month to get everything up and running to where he wants it to be. Because we not only would have to rebuild everything, which, granted, I've talked to people that said that all these products with a team, they could definitely rebuild them within a month. That's not really the problem. The problem is more like, okay, but then what about the merchant? Are we securing a merchant within the next month? Or are we just planning on putting up the OES with the products and then everyone's just going to use it all for free again? Because technically, like, when this thing gets back up and running, they're supposed to go immediately into being able to sell the O Connect. Right? When O Connect comes live, they're going to have to buy it in order to sell it to make money off of it. So it's like, I don't think that any of that has been fixed. Like, we're still in the same fucking position with all of that, especially if the SEC case is adding to their issues getting a merchant, because that hasn't gone away yet. He tried to have the case dismissed, but the SEC went, no. We're not dismissing the case. Like, the judge was like, that's stupid. No, thank you. You don't have a good enough reason. You haven't proven yourself yet. Too bad. So I'm kind of like, what are we going to be doing? You know? Hello, Baron. Good to see you. He keeps giving timelines. Once his 3 months comes and goes, and all he's done is a cheaper back office, he'll lose another 30% of who's hanging on. I feel like there's a group of people, and they're the main people that we see on a lot of these webinars, like the Heroes webinar and the ORON and etc., that will just stay no matter what happens. They're just so used to being in it now. Ash will still lie about it on the 1st of October because he did not recover the data. I'm kind of like, how would that have taken place? Like, did you pay the bill off? How did you get the money to pay the bill off? A lot of questions, you know? A lot of questions. I think he's lying. He's going to say the data got ruined because there was so much of it. There's so much data, it got ruined. Their data centers couldn't handle it. That's why we need our data centers. He's said things like that before, so I could see it. So in a month, we can finally pay again for these awesome services. And that's the thing, is that technically, yeah, as soon as they go live again, everyone's supposed to pay money. Which is why I think he's scrambling to try and get them to go live again. I think he has established now, with all these alleged problems going on and the attacks on him and all this that he's put out there, I think that now they feel bad enough for him that they would all pay again. He just needs to provide the products for them to pay. And they'd be completely fine with it. Sometimes I wonder if he made this situation worse so that he could, like, guilt them a bit more. Because it just seemed so, I don't know. There's just something about it that seemed icky at the same time. Because they weren't willing to pay again for the O Connect, like, unless it had new features and everything added to it. And it looked like he was having trouble adding the features. So that's why they were in a standstill along with the merchant issue. And I don't know if any of that has been solved. So I'm kind of like, At this point, he could rebuild it and have it come out exactly how it was before it all went down. And they would all probably fork out money for it again. You know? Kind of change their minds on that a little bit. They can't afford to host it if they can't even pay their people. How can anyone believe this con man now? And see, and like, this is what I'm kind of saying. Like, I'm like, where did they get the money? How are they going to be able to get a contract with a new host? I'm assuming you would have to put at least some of the money down for this or pay for it outright at the beginning. I feel like something stinks. So something stinks, and I feel like this isn't going to get done in the next month, and I don't know why he made it sound like it was going to be done in the next month when he had just given himself at least 3 months to get this done in, which I also didn't feel confident in. I'm kind of like, what are you doing? Why did you just come out here today and make this worse for yourself again? But that's what he does. Like, it's what he does. With everything. In every single way, shape, and form. It's like, this man just can't stop. He beats himself up, damn it. And then he makes things worse for himself. And then just keeps on digging a grave. It's insane. And it was the first time they heard that they had lost the database and products. I mean, officially, he hasn't really announced to them, right? We know that because we watched a call that was leaked to me. But yeah, I guess unless he spoke to those guys behind the scenes after they watched our videos on it, that would have been their first time. Good catch. They didn't seem too surprised or anything, did they? Right? You know? Whenever he opens his mouth, he makes it worse. He really does. Like, it really is the case of, like, stop talking. You know? I feel like he keeps trying to make things shorter and to the point more, but then he still just fucks himself over. He's like, why would you do that? He's going after the ones with no brain cells at this point. The new data center better collect the first 2 months up front. Yeah, really. But that's what I mean. But then where would he get the money for this new hosting? contract. Because I don't think that if he owes AWS 3.4 million, like, I'm sure that his credit is shit. So I just have a hard time thinking that he'd be able to get a new host and be like, yeah, sign like a 5-year contract with me, but I'm not going to pay you anything. He would have to put down some kind of deposit. So it's like, how are you getting money for that? You know? And his whole thing is that he has to start making money in order to pay the employees. Because he does everything fucking backwards. Instead of ensuring that he's making profits enough to hire new people and open new offices, he did it backwards, right? He went and opened all these offices, hired all these people, and then went, all right, now I gotta make a profit here to pay these people. It was like insane. It's insane. End of September means November, December, and ONPASSIVE speak, then the first of the year. See, and this is what I mean. Even when he was saying, like, in 3 months, this should be done, I was like, ooh, that, I don't think so. Like, I don't know. That seems pretty quick. And the timing is, yeah, like end of November. And then we're kind of going into like Christmas time. And I just don't feel like you're going to get much done in that time, especially based on the past and how that's always worked out, right? This is awesome. Now everyone can finally wake up and leave ONPASSIVE once it's October and the site still isn't up. Aha, here's the thing. Many won't. And it just continues on and continues on and continues on. Some might leave, but it will probably be the people at the bottom of this thing. People that we don't see much of will be the ones that are like, okay, I give up on this. This is getting ridiculous. I've been waiting here for way too long. Keeps on dragging out now. Now everything's gone. It's not back up like it's supposed to be. A bunch of people might walk away. I believe that they probably lose people every time that they do this. You know, it makes sense that a certain percentage of people would wake up. Not a big one, though, unfortunately. We'd be lucky if like 5% of them do, you know? But some people are probably like, yeah, I've had enough of this. But those people at the top, I don't know what it will take. I don't know what it would take. I just could tell them to do anything and they'd do it. At this point, even hang up on their own family members when they call. The UK founders need to schedule another get-together at a hotel in March because they'll all be rolling in money. Oh my god, yeah, do you remember? And then Red had to pay for a whole bunch of stuff. And like at first he was fine with it because again, they were supposed to all get paid by then. So it was like, oh yeah, I'll have lots of money to be able to pay for that. But then of course that never happened, so it was just very crappy meetup. Ash just can't quit Muhammad Kamal. Well, Muhammad Kamal has announced to his people that they are no longer connected. And I believe he's also in charge of the Egypt office. So that means that they would have lost both of those. And then, as we know, they lost their Singapore office too, right? So that's not looking too good. And allegedly, they've also lost their Dubai office in the Burj and haven't had it in a while either. And they were actually being hired for that internet city, which is not where the Burj Khalifa is. It's another area. So there's a lot of like things going on behind the scenes that Ash hasn't been telling these people, and it's really not fair. Because they have the right to know all of these things in order to make a decision on do they actually think that this thing is going to be successful in future based on all this stuff going on. Right? They have the right to make an educated decision about this business opportunity, if you can call it that. Where will he find a payment processor who will actually work with him? And that's the things that you also have to remember, that he's sued a payment processor as well for wanting to hold a security deposit, which just gives him a bad rep among the payment processors. Apparently the industry is pretty tight-knit. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has just a very bad reputation among all of them. And they're all like, yeah, don't work with that fucking asshole. All right. Which sucks because it's like he probably needs that to pay his employees. But at the same time, it's like, well, you were running a scam, dude. Hello, Mordecai. The data got corrupted. That's the end of every data. Ask NASA. I just feel like I'm kind of like, what does he mean he has all of the data back? And all of his encryptions. No, he doesn't. The same reason he said he was going to pay out by Christmas and then again in January and then again in February, he likely knew none of those were going to happen, but he still said it. It's just to keep him holding on, right? And excited for something. I think he's buying some rebranded third-party products instead of building it from patchwork, probably. Sounded like he was talking about all of the public open source codes and stuff that they got new access to instead of his actual data, and I'm kind of like, did you get your data back, or did you just go and find all of the open source codes and all of that stuff that, like Google plugins and stuff that you were using? You went and found all of them again. And you were like, hey, I think with all this stuff again, we can make our products. Yeah, it'll go good, you know? Are we going to be sitting here having the same conversations a year from now? Probably. Probably. Yeah, probably. I hope not, though. I hope the SEC helps put a stop to this in June. I really do hope so. I need to ask ONPASSIVE Insider if Ash has employees working there and if any of them found the lost data. At the Dubai office, I don't believe so, because it's no longer attached to Ash. So he only has the Hyderabad office now. Which is what I mean, like they just lost half of their techs. The other techs in the Dubai office, they work for Muhammad Kamal now, not Ash. You see? So it's like they should be aware of this. If you're in ONPASSIVE and you're in the US, you have a right to know that your team just got divided in half. If it fails, it will be their fault. They must have missed with the database. Yep, it will be the technician's fault. Definitely not Ash's fault, right? You notice that Marty has not been talking about the building anymore? I think Ash told him. Maybe. None of them bring it up anymore, but I think it's because it was also taken off of the website. And they were told not to talk about the offices anymore at that time because I believe that Ash knew that he was going to be losing offices. And he was scared that he would get in trouble for listing offices that weren't his offices on a website, you know? So he was like, we better take it down. That way I can keep lying to everyone that we still have all these offices, even though we don't. And then also I won't get in trouble for listing them as offices. I say Ash never had an office in the Burj. He had the office in Internet City until he stopped paying the lease. Maybe, but there was some proof that he had the office at the Burj and that he had signed to be at that office space. We just don't know how long it was for. It could have been a year, which means that the contract would have been signed in, I believe it was 2021 when they got the Burj office. So then it would have been over by the end of that year, you know, or by 2022. Depending on when it was signed. I don't really remember what month it was. If it was later in the year or earlier in the year, but I do believe that then that initial 1-year contract would have been over, you know, definitely by the time the SEC came knocking. So I don't know if they had the Burj at that time or if they were just claiming they did. You know, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Tanya is over the moon with this news from what I can tell on Facebook, probably. She's probably so excited. Hello, Eric. You would think if he was being honest and telling the truth, the 4 of them would have stayed on and talked for longer. Right? They're usually a lot happier. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird reaction. Ash did say in one of the videos that he had some money, and instead of paying them, he has to pay Amazon now due to them not backing up the data. Exactly. Exactly. So maybe he had some money, but I feel like he was just lying out his ass anyway. He just knows that he wouldn't be able to get any more than like 4 million. He's probably like, I'll just pay that instead. Maybe Mohammed Nazal had some sort of marketing package that allowed clients to claim space in the Burj. Maybe. Maybe. They definitely did do one round of the Burj marketing, for sure. The very first one was real. We just are iffy about if any of the Burj ads after that were real, or if it was just that same footage over and over again. It looks like a lot of it was reused footage because it would have the exact same people like spectating the Burj, be like 6 months apart, and they'd be standing in the exact same spots. I just highly doubt that that's a coincidence, you know. But they definitely did do one of the ads, and it's pretty expensive. It's a pretty expensive thing. So there was a time when they were spending money and stupidly, right? If you're a non-passive and you're watching this, how does it feel knowing we have been right the entire time? Yeah, well, they don't believe that yet, right? So they did back up the data to another AWS server. Probably. Marty knows it's all over. You can see it in his eyes. Again, it'll be interesting to see how people interpret this information. He has aged 20 years since the news. Basically, I just find it interesting to see how they interpret it going forward. Because again, they're going to take this and they're going to spin it. But I'm not looking forward to all the videos that are going to be coming out this next week going, ONPASSIVE is going to be up and running within the next month. It'll be so great. We'll be able to log into the OES by the end of September. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to suck. So if they didn't get the office, how did they spend 100 mil? Ash has to have some account with a lot of cash in it. Ash put the $108 million in his wife's bank account. And then if you watch the stream I did where we go through the SEC litigation, they broke it down in there what he spent it on. He spent it on salon and spa, martial art classes, a bunch of crypto, groceries, his wife's hair. They traced all of the money. It was all spent on him and his family for personal stuff. And it's all gone. Not 1 cent of it was spent on the actual company, on the business. Not 1 cent of that went towards marketing. We're still kind of wondering how he paid for some things, because it's like, okay, so none of that money went back into the company, so how the fuck did he pay for this stuff? You know? It's hard for Marty to even fake excitement anymore. Right? He just talks about haters now. Ash was shocked to learn that the backup was on another AWS server. We saw it here. Yes, you did. And happy endings. Probably. Allegedly. Allegedly, we'll say. Most likely. There was a lot of salon and spa visits, you know? You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to make sure that we stream sniped the 360, which we did. A little shorter than we're used to. But hey, maybe that will be a good thing. Maybe that will give your brains a break from ONPASSIVE. Because tomorrow, at some point, probably in the evening, I'm thinking it will be an evening stream tomorrow. Probably due around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be having our Friday. And I'm hoping that we can play some Guess the Song and a couple other games. So stay tuned for that. That should be fun. Oh, wait. I wonder if it'll play for me now before I go. Because there was a funny ad for this that Red did. Red's been cracking me up lately with his ads. So I just want to see if I'll be able to play it. because I was having trouble playing it earlier. Is he did a little ad for the 360 today. An ad, if you will. And this is how I realized that we were going live when we were going live. I hope you get a kick out of this. So if you remember, they were supposed to go live at 2 p.m. Eastern. And it's 1:35 p.m. Eastern right now. So they went live at like noonish.
I'm looking plump. I did it again. Oh, Lord.
So that happened. And then, of course, I was like, wait, what's going on? Why are they going live for 15 seconds? Oh, no. And then I realized that it was about to start. But I just had to show you that because it made me giggle. Because then if you saw how this one started, like that was round 2 of them going live and realizing they were live. So I just thought you'd find that fun. I found it kind of funny, you know. ONPASSIVE launching their new hut location. Maybe. Anyway, I hope that all of you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous rest of your day. And stay tuned to the community tab, and I'll post up the Friday for tomorrow. Again, it will be around dinner time or after dinner time, an evening stream. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for coming and doing this stream snipe with me. I love all of you, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Mwah! We're in it to win it!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellish, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy and talking about your experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Cayenne.